President, Toastmasters, and fellow Toastmasters, most welcome guests. Tonight, I will talk about specific, peculiar habits that make us the Turks. Habits that are pretty much normal for us, but funny and strange, sometimes absurd for others. My argument is that if you observe eating, watching, and driving habits of a person, you can easily identify a Turkish person. Let's start with eating. We love eating. All our social life revolves around a dinner table. No excuse, we love it. The funny thing is, during the course of time, we've developed certain habits which are pretty much normal for us, but strange for others. I identified 3 habits, peculiar habits. The first one is using refreshing towel. What's wrong with that? In our culture or habit, we have refreshing towels with multiple functions. We clean our hands, we clean our mouths. This is normal up to that stage. But after that, we start cleaning the table. I have done it. And then we continue cleaning. If there is a child around, just wipe the nose of the child, and the function of refreshing towel is over. The second characteristics or habit is about toothpick. It is common in some cultures. We use toothpick to clean the particles in between our teeth when we have them. It is indispensable exercise on the tables in the restaurants. Don't deny it. They are there. It is okay if you use it, but there is a particular way we use it. I have done it, and some of my foreigner friends identify it. We remove the particles in between our teeth, and then analyze the particles on the tooth and make the sound and continue to do the same toothpick. This is pretty much Turkish. The third one is, everybody knows it, about the payment. Oh, it's a shame for our people, especially when they are abroad. If you see 2 people wrestling in front of the cashier for payment, there is no question. They are purely Turkish. This is a Turkish way of handling payment. This is the habits that I noticed in eating part. Of course, you can trace other habits in watching TV. We have a particular way of watching TV. It's a very interactive. In cinema, if you have seen any person who is actively, emotionally engaged with the movie and having a dialogue, conversation with the actors on the screen, that person is definitely Turkish. How can we notice this? Imagine an action movie. The villain with a shotgun in the hand approaching the good guy behind and try to kill him. The Turkish viewer is immediately jump in and then trying to give advice, warn the good guy. Watch out! Or don't go there, don't get in! Trap is there, and so on. The good guy is somehow shot down and fell down in agony. And then our guy continues counsel. What he says is, see, I told you, you haven't listened to me. And the conversation goes on. This is pretty much a Turkish way of handling TVs. This, in fact, has a history in Turkish culture. I told to my grandmother about her first experience of TV in 1970s. What she said is, when the TV is on, all the men dressed up very nicely, waiting for the actors, and all the ladies covering their hair, and then large part of their face, to make sure that actors on the screen don't infringe their Islamic privacy. That was my grandmother's experience. So, when we watch TV, we can easily detect Turks. To me, the most obvious way of detecting or identifying a Turk is just looking at their driving habits. We Turks use or drive cars, lorries, trucks. We use it not only for transportation purposes, but we use our vehicles for disseminating certain messages, sometimes implicit warnings. You'll see at the back of the cars, there's always a message. It says, this is not a donation from my father, but the sweat of my hands. Or, I'm a cruel, a rude person, but I'm a rich. The implicit message is, I can't get away with it. And the other one is, don't be jealous. If you work hard, you can all hunt. So our vehicles are a way of disseminating messages. The funny part is, these messages, they're impossible to ignore because they're calligraphically written on plates, which is decorated by glittering tassels, fistures. When you drive on the road, on our bumpy Turkish roads, they're shaking and dancing. It's impossible to ignore them. It's so beautiful, so funny. So I believe that just looking at the way how we drive, the way how we watch TV, and the way how we eat, we can easily detect who is Turkish, who is not. So this is the end of my presentation tonight. Thank you very much for your patience, for your listening.